Hey guys, so a few people have asked me how I lube my switches or like how to lube switches. So I thought that I would just go through a little quick little tutorial on how I lube my switches. Everybody does it differently. Some people may not like the way that I do it, but this is just how I do it, and in all of my sound tests, this is how I lube my switches. Depending on what kind of switch you have, there are two types of switch openers. So this one is for kale style switches, which is the ones that we're going to be working with today. You see that it has a little like this goes directly on here, and then these are for cherry style switches, and this is where it goes. So there's two little notches here, and you just push down and you hear a click and it comes off like that. You just I just take my nail and dig it and it comes off like that. We're gonna be lubing these KTT roses today, so this is what it's gonna be like. So it's similar that you just push it down and then it rides up. Oh, don't do it like that. There. So it's a click, and then you just lightly take it off, and that is how you open a switch. You can get the ones that have both the 2-in-1s. I got a 3D printed one for my first kale one, and after using it for a while, one of the legs right here broke and I had to buy this anyways. So definitely only recommend metal switch openers. Open all of your switches that you're going to lube all at once, and then after all of your switches are opened, we're gonna take our lube. Today we're gonna use this. I'll link it in the description if I can remember where I bought it. I'll also link where I got these two switch openers. My lube brush is fucked up because I just abuse it every single time. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take just a little bit of lube. Sorry, it's personal preference really, but when I say a little bit, I actually take quite a lot. A lot of people would say that this is quite a lot, but I don't care. I just coat it, you know, you just make sure to get it coated. It doesn't matter if you don't put enough in the bottom housing because you're gonna put more lube on the stem anyways, so it just goes like this. Some people lube the inside as well. I don't really care, and I'm kind of lazy, so I don't lube that part. It doesn't really make a difference to me. Some people also lube the leaf, but don't do that if you have tactile switches, because it makes the switch less bumpy, less tactile. Unless if you're into that, then go for it, I guess. But these are linear switches, so it doesn't really matter either way. Just put lube wherever you want to put lube, am I right? Normally I would lube all of the bottom housing before moving on to the springs, but this is just a quick video, so I'm just gonna do it real quick. I'm sorry for this messy workplace, by the way. This right here is our spring. The spring is not very springy. I use super lube. Some people do it differently. You can put all of your springs in a bag and then like a few drops of this and shake it up, but I don't like that way. I feel like that doesn't do anything. I just put a few drops of the super lube in this little container. You could do a dish, you could do anything really, doesn't really matter. And what I do is I take one end of the spring and I dip it in, and then you can see it's like covered in like a little bubble of it, which is something that we don't want. So I like to dab this off in the side so that goes away and you can't see anymore, and you take the other end and do the same exact thing. If you leave it with a bubble, then when you put it back in the switch, it's gonna be like squishy. It's gonna sound disgusting. And I've made that mistake before, and you do not want to do that. Some people may have different opinions, but personally I prefer just over lubing them. You know, people say like too little is better than too much. That's false for me. I like too much. Like when it's too little, it's really annoying because you have to take everything out after you test it and then like fucking open all of the switches again, which is a pain in the ass. So I'd rather just have too much because as long as it's not like squishy. Most times after you lube it, even if you over lube it, it'll be like really stiff, really heavy for like a few weeks, but then after you just like type for a long time, it'll just be nice. So I just like to put a bunch of lube on the side where it touches the side of the housing, and then do the front because this is where it's going to touch the leaf. And some people do the sides and the under as well, but it doesn't really have that big of an effect. I used to do like the back as well, like right here, but I'm like, you can still do it, but I'm just too lazy nowadays. Like, so you're just gonna put this back in, and the legs always face the leaf, if you guys remember, and then the top, the side with like the little cap, you put it on top of here, and then you just close it. Okay, so this is a lubed switch, and this is the stock switch. I don't know if you guys can hear a difference. Okay, so can you guys tell which one is lubed and which one is not? That is about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys have any other questions about keyboards or how I do things, then go ahead and just comment down below because I would be happy to help. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.